I'm always uneasy when an independent creator or studio goes to a publisher like Warner Brothers or EA. EA's reputation speaks for itself, really. The money-grubbing bastards want to push every form of monetization conceivable. Warner Brothers, of course, is just as guilty, with them pushing season passes, excessive DLC, and a whole host of other things in the past, which does not get mentioned enough when talking about them in the same sentence. Unlike Mr. 47, I'm not going to be subtle about this. I'm going to rag on Hitman 2's pre-order options and its expansion pass, and personally why I don't like pre-orders in general. I should probably make you aware, dear viewers, that I don't technically own Hitman 2. I do, however, own the Hitman 2 Legacy Pack, which gives access to the first game's levels and weapons. If you actually own the first game on Steam or consoles, you can get the Legacy Pack for free via the free Hitman 2 Prologue demo. Hitman 2's story plot notwithstanding, I know about the game and new and returning mechanics, which were added to the Legacy Pack as well as the base game of Hitman 2. When you've played the game for just under 500 hours, like I have, then it should be obvious that I like this game franchise, and I want to see it succeed as much as anyone else, but its pre-order editions are just a train wreck, among other expletives I will not use here. When you go to the store page to pre-order or buy the game right now, you can get one of three versions: the Standard Edition, Silver Edition, and the obligatory Gold Edition. Standard Edition just comes with the game, and when the pre-order was active, a Hitman Sniper Challenge minigame. You still get that, it was just a minigame at the time, which you got immediately after the pre-order. The Silver Edition, which is the same, but you get a pre-order bonus in the form of 2 in-game items, an executive briefcase which looks genuinely unique, if a bit boring, and you also get the Black Baller, a gun that looks rather similar to the ICA-19, and the ICA-19 Chrome, and the Silver Baller, and the Silver Baller Mark II, and the ICA-19 F8. In case you didn't catch onto this, the Black Baller is near identical to the ICA-19. A suppressed pistol, which I should point out, is used and kept by you in the prologue for the 2016 game, and technically Hitman 2, because of the prologue being in Hitman 2 as well. It's your default option for loadout building in 2016 and Hitman 2, so not only is the gun a clone of the ICA-19 and other similar pistols, it doesn't look any less like the ICA-19 it's based off of, except for a fleur-de-lis logo on its side of the gun, which is pretty much the definition of non-descript. I should probably point out to IOI that the Black Baller nickname, formerly named the ICA-19, was not an affectionate one when the community named it back in 2016. It was an insulting nickname, mocking the fact that you had to unlock 47's most iconic suppressed pistol, the Silver Baller, by doing challenges in Paris instead of, having it at the start of the game. Oh, and a future expansion for the game, which we know nothing about. Compare this with the pre-order bonus for the Hitman 2016 game, which came with the ICA-19 Chrome, which is still a reskin of the ICA-19, but the pre-order came with a replica Blood Money suit, and it also came with an explosive rubber duck, also themed in a white background. Can you see the underlining themes yet? It was a good thing to have. They were genuinely unique. The current pre-orders aren't. They look bland and boring. I'm sorry. That's how I feel about it. It also helps that the pre-order bonuses for 2016 were then later sold on as DLC as the Blood Money Requiem pack, and again as part of the Game of the Year edition, and if you were buying the physical copy, the Definite Edition. My point being, if you're going to do them, at least try and make them look appealing. I don't like pre-orders, so it won't surprise anyone that I won't like this anyway, but somehow this gets way worse. To make up the 3 Horsemen of the Pre-order-pocolypse, oh hey, it's the title, the Gold Edition of Hitman 2 gets you 2 future expansions that we know nothing about: the Executive Pack and the Hitman Sniper Challenge, and access to the game 4 days early, and is 10 quid more expensive to boot. As of recording, this puts the Standard Edition cost at £45, the Silver Edition at £65, and the Gold Edition is a, well, downright unreasonable 75 quid. 75 English pounds for a clone of a gun that's been renamed, 7,500 English pennies for a bland, nondescript leather briefcase, and 2 expansions that we have no idea what will be like when they eventually release. Safe to say, this has Warner Brothers stink all over it. Worse still, if you buy the Standard Edition and want those future expansions later on down the line, then get ready to pay £35 for the expansion pass, because that's what Hitman needs, a season pass for content that has been shown to us beforehand. That's actually more egregious if you own the Silver Edition, considering you're going to get one of the 2 expansions that is in the pack already. Now, I'm willing to bet that the expansion pass will be cheaper for those who have that specific edition, but we don't know at this point because the stuff isn't out yet, and they haven't shown us anything. And then we have the frickin' collector's edition. £110 of the gold edition of the game, a real briefcase, rubber duck, keyring, a coin, and a steelbook case. I will fully admit this version will look cool on the shelf, and hey, at least this version has physical objects, justifying at least some of its expensive nature. But you still had the problems laid above with the gold and silver editions of the game. Pre-ordering this game was a massive hassle, and I would advise people just to buy the standard edition if you absolutely want to play this game. You get most of the content from the game already. You get the ICA 19, which is the black bullet in all but name and tiny little logo, and if you already own Hitman 2016, which a lot of people do, you get a legacy pack, which comes with a steel, slightly worn out briefcase with travel labels plastered all over it, giving it significantly more personality design-wise, in my honest opinion, than the pre-order executive briefcase. Black leather and small gold plate with a fleur-de-lis logo on it isn't exactly descript, now is it? In case it wasn't obvious, the entire point of these standard silver and gold edition tiers is to make potential purchasers get lean towards buying the gold edition, which is the most expensive edition of the game, digitally, and by making it look like a good deal compared to the other options. The silver edition is surgically designed to be the middle child, the friend nobody likes, designed specifically to make the gold edition more appealing with all its future content and early access and extra content. Same reason pre-ordering the standard edition doesn't net you the black baller and not very descript briefcase. IOI and Warner Brothers pulled the classic move of monetizing the living hell out of Hitman 2, probably because they know that Hitman is not a popular game franchise. It gets media coverage, sure, but it's still a niche game genre. It won't sell hundreds of millions of copies like Call of Duty or Overwatch. They want to make their money somehow. Just by their nature, stealth games aren't all that popular. It's why there's emphasis on ghost mode, elusive target, sniper challenge, on pretty much everything but the base game, amusingly enough. Honestly, just get rid of the promise of future content, as well as the expansion pass. It's silly, stupidly expensive, and you're pretty much asking consumers to purchase something on blind faith that it'll be good. That doesn't mean it won't be. I think the developers of IOI know what they're doing when it comes to level design, but with every World of Tomorrow, there's an icon. There is no guarantee that their future content is any good or not. If you want to corner off expansions as pre-order bonuses and a season pass, show us the content. Even in beta form, showing us something is better than showing us nothing. Otherwise, it's objectively not a good deal. Pre-ordering or buying the silver or gold editions of Hitman 2 is not worth the hassle. The game itself is mechanically alright, and I do agree with the new mechanics that they've added to the game, such as the briefcase and the pit view when spotted by a camera. However, it is also as buggy as a Bethesda game, and that is not a compliment. It wasn't a compliment to begin with, even towards Bethesda games. And while IOI have been quick to patch out issues and fix things, that does not excuse its bugginess on launch, with most other game developers just fixing bugs after launch, not paying much attention to the game itself until after it launches, which is when they can start fixing things properly and get some free publicity out of it. That's what it's there for, really. In particular, the Legacy Pack crashes my game quite a lot, particularly the Patient Zero campaign. Can't speak for Hitman 2 missions, but I'm fairly certain it's crash prone there too. Also, the skyboxes are very muted compared to Hitman 2016's skyboxes in the Legacy Pack. Anyway, I get the feeling they didn't implement the new lighting technology properly. Oh, and the bloom is bloody annoying. Please give us an option to disable it, please. I want this game to succeed, I really do, but IOI and Warner Brothers are making it very hard for me to like this game. And with that, I thank you very much for listening.
Well, that was fast. I was expecting choking or something, but okay.